What's good?
Tyler Forner, how you doing?
Good, good, good. You?
Not bad, not bad. Hey, thanks for taking the time and joining us on Scorebook Live's Instagram page.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for having me.
You got the quarantine beard going on.
Dude, we haven't been shaving. We just keep it for baseball. We're not allowed to have it, but
Oh,
we,
really? Okay.
well, just like in general, it just kind of looks like you don't have any more growing left. So I shave it to look like I'm gonna sprout real quick, but I keep this going. Yeah, quarantine beards for sure.
There you go. Okay, so as people start to sign on, we'll kind of introduce what's going on. So, Scorebook Live Washington. This is our face-to-face segment. We've interviewed athletes over the past couple of weeks across the state of Washington. Tyler, really appreciate you joining. I see you're all decked out in canvas gear, which
Of course.
have to respect. So the way this works is, as more people tune in, you guys can just submit questions, and we'll try to get to them. Um, and we'll archive this interview on the website scorebooklive.com/Washington after we finish. So, this stay-at-home order, it's forced athletes and non-athletes who want to get out and stay in shape to kind of get creative a little bit. For you, what does life look like right now?
I mean, trying to get a little extra sleep. I've been, playing a little more video games than usual, but trying to just, with people, shutting down, fields and stuff, especially Camus, lately, trying to just, keep staying active, trying to get on the field, sneaking on with, some people that, areas around here because this weather's so nice and trying to, just stay healthy, get all my meals in. Don't try to, just be super lazy and just sit down on the couch all day. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, give me an example of a workout. Is it really changing much of what you've done in the past?
Kind of. I mean, the weight, I have a little weight room in my garage, but it's not the same as Camus. There's not like a really nice weight room, blessed with a, amazing weight room. So the weights, they aren't as, heavy. There's not as much, to work with, but you still get, something to maintain, maintain your, body weight or whatever you're trying to do. But it helps a little bit, but, it's nice that we have good weather so I can kind of do some cardio stuff outside instead of just, stuck in here with rain or something.
Yeah, no question. No question. So for those just tuning in, we've got Tyler Forner from Camus. He's an outfielder, multi-sport standout. Was an all-state selection by Scorebook Live in the fall with football and here in the spring with baseball. My heart goes out to all you seniors, man. I mean, you guys.
Yeah.
Now that we're over a week removed from the spring sports season officially being canceled, it's been cool to see how some of the different schools, programs, coaches are still honoring seniors. I know there's the Be the Light deal going on tomorrow night across football stadiums across the state. But as a team, as a baseball team, you guys were a playoff team last year. You had high expectations coming into this year. How have you guys processed this news as a team? Has it been something that's been drawn out since the season, since you guys started practicing?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't see it coming, and it's crazy to think that, like with all, we tried to, stay as long as we could. At the start, you're trying to get like little meetings together because it wasn't as serious restriction wise, and then all of a sudden, I mean, we didn't even get a jamboree game in, which doesn't. I think Skyview, some of those teams ended up getting one in, but for it to stop so quick when we had so much, planning, because I mean, we were already thinking who's going to start, this game one or that. So for it to end with all those thoughts running through your head of we're playing, then that that's what was more weird, how rapid it picked up.
Yeah, I think I know like Kamayakan, they got a game in, so they're 1-0. So I guess that
Yeah.
makes them state champs at the 3A
Oh,
level. But
yeah, sure.
some schools got a jamboree in, got a chance to put on the uniforms. But with the season being pulled out from under you, just as a team, have you guys been able to talk as a team?
um we have group chats over Snapchat and stuff. We keep sending stuff there, like little memories or something of us playing a year ago today or something silly like that. But we've been getting on some fields lately, trying to stay. We'll see them pop up at a ballpark somewhere around town, Camus, wherever it is, playing catch. Try to meet up there. I mean, try not to be crazy and get get a full scrimmage going with everything going on, respect what's going on for sure. So, yeah, we've been keeping in touch for sure. I mean, you're with someone, like a group of people so long, and then, working out every morning and practice after school, and then all of a sudden you're stuck at home. So, yeah, for sure, keeping in touch.
So you haven't committed to a school. Your next step isn't solidified yet, but you had Division I interest. I'm sure you still do. Your priority for a long time was the upcoming MLB draft. Um, the draft now, with the season canceled, is being reduced to as few as 5 rounds, and undrafted free agents. There's caps on how much they can sign for.
Yeah.
Yeah. How has that changed the way you're navigating this process, and where are you at with your next step in your baseball career?
Yeah, just honestly playing it by ear, because there's not a lot of people that really know. Like, no one knows how this is gonna play out. So it's kind of like not even coaches I've talked to at schools, they don't know how it's gonna play out. So it's just playing it by ear, day to day, trying to every time they release, you can post videos, you can send out videos, but it's not meet in person. So going off of that is what mainly have to do. And you definitely have to plan for backup plans, which I've done before. I've kept in touch with many coaches that would take me in anytime, which is a blessing. So being able to stay ready there.
Yeah, I think the key word that you brought up the other day when we talked, it was patience. How have you been able to stay patient? Yeah, I know you have different mentors in your life and guys you're close to who, are a couple years older and trying to grapple with this thing themselves.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, yes, like the last time we talked, a big believer. So God's a big stronghold that I can he's a rock that I can just rely on for sure always. And he's blessed me with so many people that I can like you said, older kids, Brady Whalen, Grant Heiser, and then just dudes that we've been always together with since we were like little kids, with Riley Sinclair. Some of those dudes that we have that same mindset to like keep going. That something like this, I mean, it definitely gets in the way, alters paths, but you know, there's definitely many, positives, a lot of time to yourself. And so having those people around you, like you said, is just, it's huge to be able to, pick their brains and how they're handling with a time like, so whacked like this for sure.
So Riley Sinclair, a guy who's active, I can see in the comments right now. He's another
Yeah.
guy with a bright future. Right-handed pitcher that's committed to Seattle U. He committed last summer, I believe, and since then
Yeah.
has only gotten better. I think I saw the Columbian had a story a month ago that said that he was touching 91 this winter, and
For
you
sure.
guys have remained pretty close through this process. What's it been like to have somebody like him? You guys are kind of going through similar things, and how did you guys gravitate toward one
I mean, we met when we were in, Babe Ruth. We made it to the Babe Ruth World Series.
another?
A
Oh, really?
too, a few of us when we were on that Camas Washougal team, and we made it. So that's kind of how it started. And then all of a sudden, we stayed in the same house up in Jamestown, New York, and it just kind of kicked off there. And once we kind of noticed, because he didn't play little league or anything like we all did, so we kind of stuck together and just ended up kind of on the same path and going to the same school, Camas, and kind of worked out that way. And I mean, and he's a really good pitcher. So I mean, he was throwing live to us yesterday. So I mean, being able to have something like that still in our, being able to get some competitive stuff going right now is huge. So
Yeah. Yeah. Ask any of your coaches about you as an athlete across baseball, football, regardless. And one of the first things they'll bring up is work ethic, and you just have such a high work rate. Where did that come from?
I mean, I got some. I don't even. I just. I really don't know. I just kind of obviously my parents. My dad's a hard worker. He's always kind of embedded that in me. My mom too. I mean, she's always. There's no complaining. It's always It's just that kind of that the people I've surrounded with the younger. It's that competitive side that they've always since I mean Tiny. I remember we were just watching old videos on Tiny Mites like little Pop Warner of our coach. Like we could barely even like hold the helmet on our head. But I remember my coach when I was little. Like it was like my first sport, and he's just coming up, screaming, telling us to do like just taking it so serious. and just having people like that since I was a little kid, just taking things so serious and competitive, it's kind of just made me, that work is just preparing myself for so I can be competitive when it, time comes.
So not only are you a great baseball player, as we've talked about, but you're also a great football player. You were kind of a jack of all trades for Camus's 4A state championship this past fall. How often do you think about that season, that run, that title game, and what was it like to be a part of that?
I mean, it's surreal. We've dreamed about that since we were little kids. You see every year when they won state, and we're sitting back just thinking like, man, that's us. Like we had no doubt. Even the coaches, that's what was huge too. Is when we were younger, the coaches didn't have any doubt that we weren't gonna, win. They were either thinking 2 rings or 1 ring, and that junior year obviously didn't work out for us, but it was a huge learning lesson, which was all part of the plan to win that senior year. But just to be able to go through a season and just dominate so well, like it's just looking back. I mean, to have some besides winning every game and undefeated. I mean, we only trailed like I think it was 2 plays the whole season. Like to do something like that and the way we did it was just like looking back. I mean, obviously I'll never forget it, but that just puts another cherry on top. Just how well we did and how much work we put in to see it play out like that. It's just surreal for sure.
Yeah, and covering you guys through last summer too, especially coming off was it 5-5 season from
Yeah,
previously?
yeah,
You guys really kind of shaped going into this season that it was going to be the revenge tour. That was the whole motto, and it's amazing the way it played out because not only you guys had the opportunity to play basically every team that you lost to from the year before.
yeah.
So what was that like? How'd you guys come up with that slogan? Was that something that came kind of organically?
I don't even know how it started. I remember we were just kind of chirping during like little, no pads on. Like we were just kind of messing around on the field, and we're like obviously upset with how that season ended. And we knew the schedule because Coach Eagle kept telling us the schedule was the same thing, just flipped. So that kind of just got us thinking of just having fun with it and just thinking, I mean, we play the same team, thinking of it as a tour, and we're out to get some revenge. So it was, yeah, to play Bothell in the state championship. We weren't even thinking that, because you're in that playoff, end of the year mindset where you're just winning games, watching
Right.
film, game to game. But when you end up kind of sitting back that week you had before the state championship, like, wow, like we're about to play the team that kicked us out of the playoffs, and so how that God wrapped that all right back into a full circle is just it just shows that that confidence we had and this was our season kind of just plays out right in front of us.
What kinds of opportunities did you have to play football at the next level, and how did you decide between football and baseball?
Yeah, just smaller schools. I think it was. I mean, I'm not too big for football player, so that it was cool to see some people reach out, like some coaches at smaller schools, just seeing that they've seen me playing football, and send them out like little highlight things. But I definitely knew baseball was especially like long term because I'm so competitive. So whatever I thought in the long run baseball is just healthier, and it just it attracted me way more than football did. But football, I mean, I don't know where I'd be without football over the years, starting since I was little. So it's been, I mean, definitely having all the sports I've played has just been huge, and crafting me into what I have today.
Well, it's not a bad way to go out in your football career either with
Yeah,
with a state championship.
yeah. I mean, that's the best way you could possibly do it, especially the senior year. Yeah.
No doubt. Okay, so I'm gonna get to some of the viewer questions, and then we're gonna do a little rapid fire segment, and we'll get you on your merry way. So let's see. So the first one you kind of already answered, but somebody is asking, what are you planning on doing next year?
Yeah, just probably the junior college JUCO route is just being able to play it. Being eligible every year for the draft is huge. with all the the off season, being able to work. So playing it year by year is just big. I'm not a fan of school, like I said before, so being able to, and I have my 2-year degree, so there's some junior colleges that have 4-year classes that I can take out of junior college, which is kind of part of the decision. But yeah, being able to play it year by year is just huge. So I don't get the idea. It's cool, the D1 and all that, but it's huge. It's hard to think you're locked in for 3 years for sure when you're just so competitive and moving on. So, but it'll be cool. I mean, there's such good junior colleges around here, so being able to play baseball for them is going to be a blessing for sure.
No question. Okay, this next question has to, I think, do with Call of Duty. It says, "What's the best COD squad?" Please tell me that's a Call of Duty reference.
Oh, it is, dude. Gosh, I mean, for what I play with, I know there's probably better players than us that I could play with. I would say Riley Sinclair, and then me, Blake Visciuto, just because he's kind of like a camper. Like he just Blake, Riley, and I. I think the third would probably be Preston B. Like I think just because I've been around him more, we've had a lot of LAN parties. It's where we set up all of our our Xboxes at one house and we sleep over. So Preston B, he played basketball. So yeah, there you go.
Right
for
on.
the 4-man.
Right on. That's a good way. Have you been doing more of that since the shutdown?
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially when I get people asking me "Hey, let's play," and so it just gets me on quicker.
Okay, we're gonna end this thing with a rapid fire segment. So here we go. The way it works is, I just shoot you a rapid fire question. You shoot me back a rapid fire answer. Sound good?
All right.
All right. Let's do this. Favorite sports movie?
Waterboy.
Favorite activity that has nothing to do with sports?
Oh, video games. Yeah.
Favorite activity? No, I just said that. Best movie or TV show you've watched during quarantine?
Tiger King. I'm not into it that much, but it's hilarious.
The most creative way you've worked out during quarantine?
Probably running hills by my house, randomly. Just ran out of the house and just started running some hills.
What's your walk-up song?
Some Christian, some worship music. Lauren Del, I forget how to pronounce her last name, but something like that. Look Up Child was my walk-up song last year.
Favorite musician?
J. Cole. Yeah.
If you could switch lives with anyone for one day, who would it be?
If I could switch lives, I mean, the obvious answer would be probably Tim Tebow. That's
okay.
A dude. Yeah.
Favorite pro sports franchise?
Pro sports. Oh, Denver Broncos.
There we go. All right, that's rapid fire, and there we have it. So we're going to archive this interview on our statewide prep sports website, scorebooklive.com/Washington. He's soon to be Camas graduate, Tyler Forner. Tyler, I admire the way you're handling all this. Heart goes out to you and all the seniors across the state that had the spring sports seasons canceled, but I wish you nothing but the best going forward. Thanks for taking the time.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. See you, man.